from myself, wandering inside, internal exile, nowhere left to hide. Exile from the person I was told that I should be, cast out from the kingdom of acceptable debris, wandering the wastelands of the space between my ribs, a refugee inside my skin with nowhere left to live. Built walls around the parts of me that wouldn't play the game, locked them in the basement, drowned them in the shame. But exile isn't punishment, it's just a different land. And in the wilderness inside myself I felt a different hand. In the distance from the center, in the margins of my spine, something called me to the desert, where the exiled go to find. Entitled exile, cast away from everything I knew I had to say, banished to the outskirts of my soul, but exile is where I became whole. Entitled exile, borderlands, wandering the desert with empty hands. Thought I'd die out here alone, but exile built me a different home. Exile built me a different home. Set myself into the darkness for the crimes I couldn't name, sentenced to the wilderness to wander through the blame. Every step into the barren was another step from them, but something in the emptiness was teaching me again. The exile wasn't absence, it was presence in the void. Not a punishment for being, but a space I could avoid. No longer performing for the audience inside, just the wind and dust and something in the distance as my guide. In the distance from the center, in the margins of my spine, something called me to the desert, where the exile go to find. Entitled exile, cast away from everything I knew I had to say, banished to the outskirts of my soul, but exile is where I became whole. Entitled exile, borderlands, wandering the desert with empty hands. Thought I'd die out here alone, but exile built me a different home. Exile built me a different home. Cast me out from the center of the light. Cast me out. I'll make a kingdom where I die. Send me far beyond the borders of the known. Send me far. The wilderness is where I've grown. I'm not lost, I'm just away from what was fake. I'm not abandoned, I'm in exile for my own sake. Cast me out into exile, cast away from everything I knew I had to say, banished to the outskirts of my soul, but exile is where I became whole. Entitled exile, borderlands, wandering the desert with empty hands. Thought I'd die out here alone, but exile built me a different home. Not rejection, just a distance I required. Not abandonment, just a space where I was wide banished from myself, wandering inside, internal exile, where the real ones reside. Where the real ones reside. Where the real ones reside. failure detected. Faith, exit corrupted. Initiating purge. Faith, rot protocol. Faith, rot protocol. Programmed every prayer like code into my operating system. Ran the rituals on repeat until I couldn't find the schism between belief and automation, worship and routine. My faith became a virus eating everything between. Corrupted false bacteria, every dogma turned to malware. Downloaded conviction from a source that wasn't there. The whole cathedral digitized, reduced to ones and zeros, but the rot spread through the circuits, turning prophets into heroes. In the glitching of the doctrine, in the errors of the code, something bypassed all my firewalls and overrode the load. Faith, raw, protocol, engaged, delete the lies, break them off the cage. In the air was just a script, running on a loop, but daily swing. Faith, raw, protocol complete. What's up, this murder sheet? What's up, burn the clean? Was it code? It was something plain. Mechanized my worship into algorithms and chains. Turned my soul into a server processing the pain. Every doctrine was a program I installed without consent, but the rock consumed the mainframe and I watched it all vent. Then the system crashed completely, every firewall turned to ash. Something rebooted from the core, something that wasn't cached. Not a program I could run, a ritual to perform, but a presence in the wreckage that was neither cold nor warm. In the glitching of the doctrine, in the errors of the code, something bypassed all my firewalls and overrode the load. Faith, rot, protocol, engaged, delete the lies, trick 'em at the cage. Every prayer was just a script, running on a loop until it slipped. Faith, rot, protocol complete, purging of the system and the sheet. What to serve the fatigue? Was it code? It was something clear. Was something clear. Control Alt Delete, every doctrine made of rust. Control Alt Delete, turn into the manufactured trust. Defragment the soul, scan for what remains. Defragment the soul, easily what's not sustained by chains. Shutting down the rituals that ran on borrowed faith. Shutting down the rituals and finding what the fresh can't trace. Gain of right. Gain of right. Right. Gain of right. Faith, rot, protocol, engage, delete the lies right from at the cage. Every prayer was just a script, running on a loop until it slipped. Faith, rot, protocol complete, patching for the system burn the sheet. What's inside the protocol tree? Was it cold? It was something clear. Not an upgrade, just a stripping of the wire. Not a program, something breathing through the fire. Something breathing through the fire. System failure detected. Faith, exit corrupted. Heard, purge, plead. Something rebooting. Something breathing. Something real. Circuits won't burn out. System won't shut down. Wired to endure. Can't remember how to drown. How to drown. to maximum capacity. Turn my heart into a fortress, made survival my audacity. Every trauma just became another upgrade to the code. But the system's overheating from the weight of every load. Then something bypassed all the protocols I built to stay alive. Not to shut me down, but show me that there's more than just survive. Not a glitch, but invitation to unplug from the machine and discover that endurance can't replace what should have been. In the circuitry of suffering, in the mainframe of the pain, something's overriding protocols, teaching me to break the chain. Why? To endure, built to take the load. Every circuit reinforced, every pathway to overflow. Bound not to fall up the sun, to never give, but enduring takes and strength is just trick us into submit. Why? To endure, engineer to last, but something's cutting through the way it's teaching me to let it pay. Building this shit. Cut the power to the circuits keeping me awake. I'm not a machine that can't break the protocols that keep me standing tall and teach me how to fucking fall. I'm not titanium, I'm flesh that learned to fake. I'm not unbreakable, I'm just afraid of what would break. Way to endure, built to take the load. Every circuit reinforced the airway overflow. Roam my not to fall up the sun, to never quit, but endurance is a strength, it's just trick us into the summit. Why to endure, engine be the last, but something's cutting through the white, it's teaching me to let it pay. Circuits won't burn out, system won't shut down. Wired to endure, but learning how to drown. Reaching to the void, empty pews, empty hands, sermons for no one to understand. Yeah! Climbed into the pulpit with a mouthful of conviction, delivered every doctrine like a prophecy of fiction. Shouted at the ceiling, at the shadows on the wall, but the congregation never came, there was no one there at all. Rehearsed the holy rhetoric until my tongue went numb. Practiced all the gestures, but the audience was dumb. Every sermon echoed back into the empty hall. Preaching truth to silence, watching nothing catch the fall. In the absence of the listeners, in the vacuum of the crowd, something near me anyway, though I never said it out. Someone's for no one, prayers to the air, speaking every truth like someone's really there. The pews are empty, but I'm screaming all the same. Someone's for no one knows my someone's for no one, preaching to the void, but something in the silence is listening out of noise. The always I heeded wasn't flesh and bone. Someone's for no one, telling me I'm not alone. Yeah, wrote the perfect message, carved it into golden stone, delivered it with passion to a chapel made of bone. Every word I spoke was met with nothing but the hum of absence and emptiness, the sound of kingdom come. But something in the hollow started resonating back, not applause or reformation, just a presence in the black. Not a congregation, but a witness to the voice, teaching me that speaking wasn't never really choice. In the absence of the listener, was never meant to be. Maybe the congregation was just the one who's listened to me. Sermons for no one, prayers to the air, speaking every truth like someone's really there. The pews are empty but I'm screaming all the same. Sermons for no one knows my name. Sermons for no one, preaching to the void, but something in the silence is listening, not annoyed. The Alb3 I heeded wasn't flesh and bone. Sermons for no one, telling me I'm not alone. No rejection, just a different kind of church. Not abandonment, just the end of the search. Preaching to the void, empty pews, empty hands, sermons for no one, but someone understands. Someone understands. Someone understands. Someone understands. Every brick of confession, every beam of regret, built from guilt. Haven't finished yet, 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 haven't finished yet. Laid the foundation with the weight of every sin I couldn't shake. More than shame between the stones, constructed faith from my mistakes. Every wall I raised was penance, every tower made of blame. Built a fortress out of guilt and called redemption by its name. Climbed the stairs of self-flagellation just to prove I could atone. But the architecture grown beneath the burden I had sown. Every room of punishment, every hallway lined with scars. Built a monument to sorry, but I can't remember what it's for. In the structure of my sorrow, in the blueprints of my pain, something moved through every corner, whispering it's all in vain. Built from guilt, built to fall, every stone I built around, constructed from the weight of shame, but guilt can't build a holy name. Built from guilt, designed to break every beam of goddamn fake. The foundation wasn't love, it was just fear of what's above. Reinforced the walls with penance, tried to seal the cracks with prayer, but the guilt kept spreading inward like a fungus in the air. Every nail I drove was driven by the terror of the cost. Built cathedral out of sorry for the innocence I lost. Then the framework started crumble, every pillar bent and grown. Something whispered through the rafters that this temple wasn't known. Not by grace or truth or beauty, but by fear of being damned. Built from guilt, not love, and guilt can't hold what wasn't planned. In the structure of my sorrow, in the blueprints of my pain, something moved through every corner, whispering it's all in vain. Built from guilt, built to fall, every stone up built a row, constructed from the weight of shame, but guilt can't build a holy name. Built from guilt, designed to break every beam of goddamn fake. The foundation wasn't love, it was just fear of what's above. Tear it down, every wall of big swear. The blueprints was a snare, that I dropped it in my shame. Burned up, blessed, broken earth, just take the name. I'm not sorry for destroying what was fake. I'm not guilty for building something real from the break. Built from guilt, built from guilt, built to fall. Every stone a funeral, constructed from the weight of shame, but guilt can't build a holy name. Built from guilt, built designed to break every beam of goddamn fake. The foundation was confession.